Okay, what we're going to be breaking down now is the next level training AR-15 bolt carrier training device. This replaces the bolt carrier group in your assault rifle and actually allows you to work with the same trigger reset mechanics that their SIRT pistols allow you to do. I'll show you how to put that thing in right now. Now once you've removed the bolt carrier group and the charging handle from your AR-15, you can see we got a nice space in there for the next level training bolt carrier group to go ahead and slide right in. They do include, if you take a look at the tip of the laser here, so these ridges or these grooves here, they do include a couple of O-rings that you can slip on there depending on how tight the tolerances of the chamber of your firearm are. So we'll go ahead and have a look here. As you insert the bolt carrier, it should slide fairly smoothly in until you get down to just a little bit left, and it'll take a little bit of pressure to seat it all the way into the firearm. If you're feeling pressure right away and you feel like you're forcing the bolt carrier into the chamber here, make sure that those O-rings come off because you don't want to get the thing stuck in there. So you will feel a little bit of pressure. Run that until it's flush, just like so. Next thing you need to do is take what they call the guide block, which is this little magnetic piece here that's got kind of a claw on it. This sits just behind the safety bar. You can see the safety moving inside the weapon there. It sits right here behind the safety, between the safety bar and the frame, with the tongue of the guide block falling right down in there. It'll magnetize itself to the safety of the firearm, just like so. That's all there is to that. Next up is the adjustable link pin. You install this. There is some threads on here that allow you to either make the link pin longer or shorter. If it's too short, when you work the trigger, it's not going to actuate the laser. If it's too long, the laser's always going to be on coming outside the barrel of the gun. So you're going to have to fine-tune that, get it set right. Next level does say that if you're only using this in one weapon system, you can go ahead, set the link pin where it needs to be, and super glue it in place. You don't have to reset it every time you put it in the gun. What you do with this, drop your link pin right into the open claw on the rear guide block. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. The top half of your link pin is going to wind up landing inside this hole on the bottom of the bolt carrier group. So you kind of need to make sure that as you shut your upper receiver down on your lower, you need to make sure that that pin lines up with the small hole in the bottom side of the bolt carrier group. I use a small punch or a small screwdriver would work, but make sure that you get those things lined up before you shut the upper and lower together. Do not force it. There you go, you're installed, ready to go. Okay, second rifle we're going to install this on, and the reason we're doing this is because this is a Smith & Wesson M&P 15. We have found after installing the bolt carrier group from Next Level Training that there's a little bit of play inside the chamber. So as you can see, we've installed these rubber O-rings on there. That'll slide in just fine. Again, be very, very careful the first time you're installing this on your weapon, making sure that you're not forcing that thing in there. If you are, again, please make sure to take those O-rings off, or you could cause some damage to the stuff. Coming back to the guide block, you can see how this portion of the guide block is lower than this portion, with that tongue coming down in the middle. Next Level Training actually specifies that if you have an M&P rifle, a Bushmaster, or a Colt rifle, you may need to do some modification to this piece to even out the plane here so that it's not quite such a drastic difference to make this piece sit in your rifle the correct way. What we've done is taken a file, and very carefully, as you can see, we came close to losing that tab right there. But we took a file, planed this thing down so that it sits in the weapon the way that it needs to. And the installation process from here forward is going to be the exact same thing. That's all there is to it. A little bit more work. Be very careful when you're filing down the guide block so that you don't break that tongue off of there. If you do, I think this is probably a pretty crucial factor in holding this piece in place when you're actuating the safety on your rifle. So the system might not work, so be careful when you're doing that. But just like the handgun, it's a heck of a way to train. Mag changes, again, safe alternative for shooting in non-conventional positions, moving while shooting, all that different stuff, and it does register your hits on target, so it's another great piece of gear from Next Level Training. Okay guys, we have our couple SIRT pistols here. We're going to take a look at a little bit of the functionality and a little bit of the adjustability options that Next Level builds into these things. As far as your upper laser on this being the Pro model, this would be windage and elevation adjustments here for the green laser, okay, being that shot indicating laser. For the red laser or the take-up laser, this is your elevation right there. Windage is going to be down on the other side right here. Okay, so completely adjustable and fully customizable as to where you want those lasers to impact on the wall. You know, be that for instruction or for personal use. Opening one up, what we've done is removed two pins from the slide. Okay, slide just comes off. You take the slide off by removing these pins here, one just underneath the rear side of the gun, actually in the slide material, not down in the frame. The other one's just up here, just in front of where the trigger guard meets the frame again. So you push those pins out. Ours came out nice and easy, went back in the same way. We didn't need to actually use any hammers or anything. Just a basic punch and a little bit of pressure, you're going to be able to push those pins right out. Moving inside the SIRT pistol, the slide is just a slide, really not much going on here. The only thing that this does in terms of functioning the firearm is the plastic of the slide will push down on this metal tab above the battery. You can see we got the battery in here, and unless you're pushing down on this tab, the laser won't fire because it won't be grounded. So that's all that the slide really does. Inside here you can see quite a bit of stuff going on around the trigger. There's 5 different Allen bolts right here. These are what you actually loosen and tighten to change the trigger positioning, the trigger brake, the reset, all these different things. We're not going to go through that right now. For a look at how to adjust different aspects of the trigger in terms of weight, poundage, all that stuff, refer to Next Level Training's website. They have some PDF downloadable instruction manuals that can help you customize this thing. Well, as always, thanks for watching. Subscribe to us here on YouTube. Join the Facebook group and the Facebook page, Tactiholics. We never quit.